Okay, I have decided to make some episodes that could help some people. Ah, you can listen as you are working. Okay, they don't need visual, you don't need to see what is going on. Just listen to the audio as you are doing your other thing. So today I want to talk about how do we know that the phone power IC is fault? How do we know? Okay, first, what you should know when you try to power on the phone and it doesn't power on, it shows zero power consumption. Okay, when you put it on a DC power supply, nothing shows up. Okay, no charging response, nothing at all. Two, rapid or abnormal battery drain. Okay, you put in a new battery in a phone, but still the battery drainage is very high. Another thing is persistent or unusual overheating. The power IC can remain working, but with some salt inside it, and it will produce a lot of heat. We expect most of the heat in a phone to come from the processor. So if you note that the power IC is producing a lot of heat, possibly it may be two ways: that there is a problem in some of the electronic components where it sends power, okay, or it may be sorting itself, so that leads to battery drainage. There is another thing of random shutdown. Okay, random shutdown. You are using your phone, from nowhere it shuts down and it doesn't boot up again. It shuts down, you switch it on again. Whenever it shuts down, leave alone displaying a warning message that is overheating or it is going to shut down, but it just shuts down abruptly from nowhere. Okay, another sign that could be indicating that you have a fault power IC, it is phone working only plugged in a charger. When your phone works when plugged in charger, it means there is a demand for more power to compensate the salt in the power IC. That's why it only works when it's in a charger. These I'm giving you symptoms. You have to go ahead and check professionally. You should not rely on them, but I'm giving you what could be the symptoms that shows that the phone power IC is fault. So as a professional technician, what you should do what we call a visual inspection. You look through the motherboard, you look for anything that looks like salt. You can look around and visually see the capacitors to see is there any capacitor that has changed the color around the power IC or any other section that use high power in a mobile phone. Okay, you should go ahead and use a power supply test. As I told you that when you put it on a DC power supply, no current draw. Okay, or it is two-way, no current draw or an excessively high draw without powering on the phone or pressing the power button. Okay, you may even press the power button, but again there may be a high current draw or a phone being stuck on a certain amp and doesn't boot up. That is also a sign. Then another thing, the common one, it is the heat test. Okay, a fault power IC may heat up excessively and rapidly when voltage is applied to it. So some phones have a VPH line. Okay, so some in iPhone they have the VDD main. Okay, so now because in some phones power doesn't just come from the battery direct, but it passes over other OVP ICs like DC to DC converter, boosters in iPhone. and other kind of ICs. So they may shut or disconnect power from going to the power IC. So you have to do what we call voltage injection. Keep following. As you keep following, we are going to learn all those things. Voltage injection, very soon we are going to look at it, how you can safely inject voltage in different parts of a mobile phone. So keep following for better tips. So I wanted to share with you how to spot a faulty power IC. In the next episode, I will be talking about how to know whether the power IC needs a reball. Okay, whether it is still fine, it just needs a reballing. I will be talking about it. So we meet in the next video.